Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new What If, and this is gonna be what if the Namikaze clan had a Dojutsu. I kind of borrowed this from Rami X. He's also an other What If anime YouTuber, so go check him out. It's spelled RAMI and space X. Um, he did this, but I'm gonna do a different type of dojutsu. So let's get started. Alright, so this dojutsu is called the stigma. The reason I want to call it stigma is because um it gives it kind of represents like an like a group of needles. So I just want to call it stigma. That's the closest to group of needles. Anyway, so after, alright, so I want to jump into the abilities of the stigma. So, uh, so there's two sides of the stigma. One is the good side, which comes from extreme happiness, and you have nothing else in mind but that moment in your head. And the dark side, going through ultimate trauma and being hated by almost everyone. And those are the two ways to unlock and the two sides of stigma. And if you rely too much on the dark side, you go to the dark side. If you rely too much on the good side, you're in the good side, and you fail to see the reasoning behind justice. Like, he kills someone, so I'll kill him, and that's still murder. So you can still go to prison for that, and that is the abilities of stigma and the drawbacks of stigma. I forgot to mention the abilities. The good side can once. Um, I'm gonna tell how it looks like first. It kind of looks like the Kurama eyes. Yeah, it looks like the Kurama eyes, but it has different slits. So one slit is the first stage. Two slits is an X. Three slits is X and a slash through the X. And the fourth slit is if you combined if you draw the outline of it, it'll form a hexagon. And those are the four stages of stigma. Uh, so and the abilities of the good side is is to copy and copy taijutsu. And I only say taijutsu because it's not the Sharingan. So the good side can use. Wait, no. The good side can copy everything. Dojutsu. And the good side can create new eyes. Like, if you want Sharingan, you can put in the Sharingan and into an Uchiha that's missing an eye. Byakugan, Tensegan, and all those Dojutsu Rinnegan. And and nobody's ever really used this ability since it's so chakra draining, and they don't want to get overpowered. And the third ability of the good side is to bring someone to the light, and by looking straight in their eyes, looking through the soul and changing their corrupted side. And the dark side is um you get you can change anybody's technique into your own will. Like, it's not even a genjutsu. You can actually like change someone movement. The second ability is to change someone's dojutsu, keke genkai, anything. Change someone keke genkai to having a keke genkai to not having a keke genkai. And the and the third ability is to have control over all chakra natures. And I mean all chakra natures, I mean all ice style, fire style, water style, lightning style, wind style, earth style, wood style, magnet release, lava release, steam release, just all those kind of stuff. And that is the background of stigma and how you get it. And everything goes the same up until Naruto is 6. This this knows Naruto knows that everyone hates him, so he unlocks the first darkness of Kuroime. Why did I say Kuroime? My bad. Stigma. Um. So after he unlocks stigma, he's able to he's able to use all the five chakra natures, and he uses wood style to imprison all the kids that were bullying him. And Naruto doesn't know this. He's like, how is this possible? And Naruto runs to the third Hokage's office. He's like, oh man, I think there's something wrong with him. What's wrong with me? And the third Hokage looks into his eyes and he's like, is the cube activated? No, this is something different. This is the stigma, the Dojutsu of the Namikaze clan. And then, and other ability is to read minds of the dark with darkness. So Naruto is able to read his mind. He's like, wait, this is called the stigma, and Hiruzen is surprised. He's like, you only had the one slit. How are you able to read minds yet? And he didn't know you have all the abilities, but as your slits increase, the more control you have over them. So he's like, oh man, there's something wrong with me, and because his eyes are burning really bad, and he's like, I want this to stop. And then Hiruzen's like, all right, Naruto, don't panic. Think of a think of a good memory. And Naruto thinks about when he goes to Ichiraku Ramen, and his eyes turn back normal. And then Hiruzen's like, all right, Naruto, you can. That is called a stigma. A stigma is a dojutsu of a Namikaze clan. As soon as Hiruzen says it, he's like, huh, no, why am I telling him he's part of Namikaze clan? And Naruto is pretty dumb, so he's like, huh, so I'm part Namikaze? Cool. And then and after Naruto says that, Hiruzen's like, well, I'm glad this kid is dumb. And after he says that, the third Hokage says, "Hey Naruto, do you have time every day to spend with me for an hour?" Since he want and Naruto nods yes. The reason he wants to do this is to teach Naruto about chakra control, so he can put chakra into his eyes and is able to use the stigma. Also, and after he uses stigma, Naruto, n- af- yeah, Naruto is able to use the bad side of stigma only so far. But one time when he was sleeping, the Nine Tails come intact with Naruto. And in this timeline, it isn't the hate. It's the good. Like, do you know how the the four Tokages split him into the friendly side and the bad side, and he sealed the bad side inside Naruto. But in this timeline, he sealed the good side into Naruto, and he's more friendly towards others. And he's like, "Hey kid, do you know why everyone hates you?" And Naruto's like, "No, I think they keep on calling me a demon fox." And then he realized, "Are you the demon fox?" And he's like, "Yes, I'm really sorry that you have to go through this. It's not your fault. You're actually the hero of this village." And then and then and then Naruto says, "I know your name isn't the demon fox. Do you know do you have a real name?" And um Kurama is like, "Yes, I do have a real name. It's Kurama Otsutsuki. Otsutsuki. Um, I am related to the Sage's expats." Naruto's like, "Cool, you're related to Sage's expats." And then and then Naruto says, "All right, I know that you're completely made out of chakra, and do you think you can put that chakra in me?" And then they try this, and it actually works, and Naruto unlocks KCM1, and he's really happy about this, so he unlocks the good side of stigma, and Naruto's like, "Cool, I have this orange aura, and I have the new stigma. Thank you. Thank you, Kurama. You taught me two new things." And that is where I'm gonna leave off episode, the first part of what if Namikaze clan had a dojutsu. Check out Rami X. He is the one that has this idea. So peace.